to the TravCon Exhibitor Minute. Our first guest to the Exhibitor Minute has been a senior recruiter at TotalMed Staffing for the past 7 years and added brand manager to her portfolio over the last 3 years. She's a proud mother of 3 and with an energetic yellow lab, which keeps her busy when she's not at work. She's an outdoor enthusiast who enjoys hiking, fishing, and a host of other sports. She first came to TravCon in 2013 and has been a strong supporter ever since. Welcome to our podcast, Alyssa Kaspar. Hi, Alyssa. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. What state are you coming in from today?
I'm here in Wisconsin.
Excellent. And are you having a lot of heat, a lot of cold? Did we send you a lot of smoke from California?
Not yet. No smoke yet. But yeah, it was 40s last week at night and now it's 80s today. So really bipolar weather over here.
40s to 80s. Wow. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And how are you handling the stay at home with 3 kids? Are they back to going into school or are they at home?
Yeah, so part-time in school, most time in school, sometime at home. And, if something goes wrong or someone isn't perfect health, we keep them home just to be safe. So it's been new, but we're heading in the right direction. So that's always great.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge across the country because they might have to shut things down or open things up. Right. So that is going to be a huge challenge for sure. Now, as travel nurses, I was a travel nurse for 7 years, and as allied travelers, so many times we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, what the recruiter does from day to day. I swear I've seen comments that have said, "What do they do? I'm doing the one doing all the work here." So can you give us a glimpse into your world and tell us what you do as a healthcare travel recruiter?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say from the recruitment side of my role, there's going to consistently be things going on behind the scenes. And most of the time, like you said, travelers don't know anything about it. There could be pushback from a facility on dates off or, the rates that we went in at or something to that effect. And we're consistently advocating and trying to make sure whatever we're getting done creates the most flawless experience for you guys as travelers. So we don't want you to know what's going on behind the scenes because it's stressful enough to have to do that every 13 weeks and to have to go through that process. So our goal is to make it so it seems flawless to you. So honestly, if your recruiter is making it seem that way, then you have a really great recruiter.
You're doing your job, right? Yeah.
Yep.
What sort of things do you do behind the scenes?
I would say from the brand management perspective, the part of my role includes doing anything that we can possibly do to make the relationship between the recruiter and the nurse the best possible relationship it can be. Whether it's setting up a meet and greet, which clearly isn't happening lately, so it's a little bit different, to maybe sending something a little extra to try and make your experience great. Anything like that we can do is usually the best case scenario from the recruitment side of the role that I have and any recruiter. It is just consistently making sure that your resume and your profile look the best they can possibly look, making sure that everything is, accurate. And obviously, as you know, things are consistently changing. So one day you could have one thing going on and the next something could come up, and making sure every piece of information is always up to date is a huge part of our role.
Oh man, that's got to be big. I mean, with people changing jobs every 3 months, it's constant tweaks and updates. Well,
right.
Thank you so much for doing that. Can you give us a tip on how you feel a traveler could stand out in the crowd? Sometimes there's a lot of competition for jobs, for positions. What can a traveler do in your mind that would really help make them stand out or let them be ahead for the next assignment?
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm sure everyone is kind of becoming more aware, it's becoming more and more of a competitive industry. So that's a really important question. I always tell people, be as upfront and honest with your recruiter as you can possibly be in terms of your excitement for an assignment. If I'm talking to somebody and I send them 20 jobs and they're like, yeah, submit me to all 20 jobs and let me know if I hear anything, that'd be great. I'm still obviously going to try and help them get a job. But if I talk to somebody, I send them 20 jobs and they call me and they're like, Alyssa, I just saw that job you sent over and, you know, it sounded so great. And this one or two particular jobs would be so ideal for me. And I'd really love to get those jobs. You know, as a recruiter, it gets your excitement level up for them because they're excited for the job. And then you do everything you possibly can to help move that forward, right? You're using every tool in your toolbox to help them get that job, consistently following up with the account manager, asking them questions that might make their profile stand out to the facility. And it's their job to sell it, right? It's not your job as a traveler to sell it, but it is your job to have that open communication and bring the enthusiasm. And then it's our job to do the rest. And so just really find someone who has that industry knowledge that can, you know, sell your profile and sell you to the facility and go to bat for you. And then, you know, just keep in consistent communication with them and let them know when there's a position you really want. So
that totally makes sense, because if you have to submit to 20 jobs, that's not that exciting and you're going to get kind of burnt out fairly quick. So yeah, energize that recruiter and say, these are the ones that I really want to land. That totally makes sense. Great tip. Excellent. Thank you. So what are your plans for the coming year?
Oh, man, I would say we just like completely want to put 2020 behind us, as I'm sure a lot of people do. I think everyone is just looking forward to a fresh start and making it the best possible year we can. In terms of TravCon, already TotalMed is talking about what we can do to make it a better year than ever before and how we can step forward. Yeah. So I think just we're all really excited. I know on a personal level, I'd love to just take some extra time with my family and go somewhere. You know, I think when you're trapped in one place for a long period of time, everyone's kind of itching to get out and do something. So it would be great to get places and from the TotalMed side as well to throw those events and get out there any possible way we can to get in front of people, because those face-to-face relationships or those face-to-face meetings really help build our relationships. So
TravCon's been TotalMed's been a huge TravCon supporter. I believe you went to TravCon, your first year was 2013.
Yep.
And TotalMed was actually there in 2012, I believe, at the ARIA. They might have even been at the MGM.
They were in
2011, yeah.
Yeah,
so TotalMed goes way, way back. They're huge supporters. They're just they said, absolutely, this is our baby. We're there. We're there to help support you. They've been huge supporters for us, and we really appreciate that. And they're also a little known fact that people may not have known is TotalMed actually came up with the idea for the after party. And, we were literally scraping dimes, and they said, we're going to put on a party and we're going to invite everyone. And for the first couple of years, it was a great idea, but then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And TotalMed's eyes, I think, sweetheart, all of them were just in a little bit of sticker shock because it just got so big. So we are eternally grateful to TotalMed for being the founders of the after party, which was just amazing. And we've carried that baton on, and it's a real highlight for people to come for that after party.
Yeah, they all deserve it, and you guys made it bigger and better, which is hard to do because TotalMed makes a lot of things really big. But it's been fantastic. It's been so much fun, and it's been really cool to see that get bigger and bigger and have have you guys take it over, because they deserve that. Nurses work so hard, and so they really deserve to let loose and have a good time, and that's a perfect way to end it.
Yeah, nobody ever throws events for travelers, they're not usually the ones being celebrated, so it's really cool to be able to celebrate them. We have the perfect venue. Dre's was kind enough to say, hey, we'll give you a hold. We're going to be back at Dre's again this coming year.
Awesome. So
and
exciting.
It's the perfect venue because it's so huge, it's enormous, and it's outdoors.
Yes.
So, 3/4 of it's outdoors. You can really kind of keep your social distancing, which I'm sure we're going to have some next year. We're really planning for a great event while still allowing for the social distancing. So really cool.
Perfect.
Really excited about that. I think Dre's will just be perfect.
Yeah, same. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Thank you for being our first Exhibitor Minute and first guest on our Exhibitor Minute. And for everyone out there, we hope to see you at TravCon this coming year. And thank you so much for joining us. Take care.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.